I'm Steve Galante. I'm here tonight with the Visual Paranormal team to do an investigation of this location. This is Old Fort Mifflin. This historic location sits just outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and was the site of one of the bloodiest battles of the Revolutionary War. If there was ever a place I believe that is deserving of a paranormal investigation, this is it. And we'll see what comes of our investigation tonight. Construction on what was then called Mud Island Fort was begun in 1771 by the British. In 1775, the American colonists gained control of the construction of the fort after the British lost funding. The construction was continued under the leadership of General Thomas Mifflin. After George Washington's loss at the Battle of Brandywine early in the American Revolution, the British regained control of the city of Philadelphia in 1777. In November of that year, the British laid siege to Fort Mifflin, firing as many as 1,000 cannonballs an hour over a 5-day period, completely destroying the fort. In 1792, the fort was officially named Fort Mifflin, and reconstruction was begun. During the Civil War, Fort Mifflin played a role as a prison for Confederate soldiers and for Union soldiers accused of committing crimes. The unsanitary conditions and overcrowding of Fort Mifflin during the Civil War resulted in many deaths and much suffering. In tonight's investigation, I can honestly say I don't know what we'll find, but I can promise you we will bring you the evidence. I'm here with the Visual Paranormal team at Fort Mifflin, and right now the team is getting ready. If you look over there, that's Donna and Louis.
Hi guys.
And they're getting our equipment ready. We arrived a little bit early today, took a tour of the place, and marked out what we believe are the most active spots within the entire fort. And right now we're just waiting for the sun to go down so we could go to work. And I can tell you, when that sun goes down, we're going to hit this place, and we're going to hit it pretty hard. The Bastion, which contains casemates 4 and 5, was used to house Confederate prisoners. It was also used to house Union prisoners convicted of crimes. One of those prisoners was William Billy Howe. Howe, a private in the Union Army, was found guilty of killing his commanding officer and placed in casemate number 5.
EVP session with Donna and Mary Jo in casemate 4. Is there anybody here who would like to come forward? What was your rank? Were you in the American Revolutionary War? Were you in the Civil War? Were you in the Civil War?
Donna's upcoming mention of the judge refers to a spirit that doesn't like women with blonde hair.
Is the judge here tonight with us? Can you come forward and talk to us? Is the judge here tonight with us? Can you come forward and talk to us? Can you make a sound and let us know you're here? Any spirits, please?
The fort records indicate that the judge, together with one female, were political prisoners within the Bastion.
Is there a female prisoner in here now?
Is anyone who would like to come forward? Can you come close to us? We're at the table. Is anyone who would like to come forward? Can you come close to us? We're at the table. I am Donna, and next to me on the right is Mary Jo. We'd like to talk to some soldiers. Could you come forward? Make a noise or say hello, your name. Make a noise or say hello, your name. You told the little boy your last name. You told the little boy your last name. Anyhow, what were you rank? Is there a presence here with us? It sounds like someone's counting. Come forward. Is there a presence here with us? It sounds like someone's counting. Come forward.
I heard no. I heard no.
Any spirits here, please come forward. What is your name? What is your family?
Mary Jo and Donna left the Bastion to return later for their second session in Casemate 5. Private Howe, who distinguished himself at the Battle of Fredericksburg, returned to his home without permission while suffering from dysentery. In the confusion of Howe's arrest at his home, Howe fired a shot into the crowd, accidentally killing his commanding officer. William Howe was moved from the Bastion to Casemate 11 prior to his hanging. All right, this is Lewis going down into the solitary area where they kept William Howe, and he's going to do a solo session in here. All right, Lewis is down in solitary, and he's going to be setting up a static cam to be put into the little passageway, and then he's going to conduct a solo EVP session. You good in there?
Yeah.
Let me get a shot of that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it without my IR.
Okay.
You got IR?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make shot. All right. There's the camera that Lewis set up. And that's going to be basically shooting down that hallway. Did you want to take a shot down there of that?
Yes, I am.
And give a quick look at that. This is one of the passageways where shadow figures and apparitions are reported to be seen. And Lewis has his meter set up, and he's about to do
An EVP session.
an EVP session. All right, so is there anything you need to tell me, Lewis?
No, just wish me luck.
I do wish you luck, and what are you going to stay, about 20 minutes?
Yes, 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to leave you and try to find my way out of here.
All right, this is Louis. EVP session, case man number 11. William Howe. Are you angry because after you died, that's when they exonerated you from your charges? Basically, they find you not guilty. Mr. Howe, can you tell me the name of the president in your time? Do you see this machine right there in red? It's called a millimeter. If you get close to it, I'll be able, the numbers will rise. Can you touch it for me? Get close to it. Please. Can any of you please get close to that millimeter and just touch the tip of it? It's not going to do anything to you. It's only going to make a noise and the light will go on. Can you please do that? Bill Howell, do you know Judge? He's the email in the other side. Bill Howell, do you realize when you shot your superior, did you kill the man? Bill Howell, do you realize when you shot your superior, did you kill the man? How many people are walking in the grounds of Fort Mifflin right now? How many people are walking in the grounds of Fort Mifflin right now?
Here, the static camera captures something moving in from the left-hand side of the screen. We will analyze this next in slow motion. We have no explanation for what this is. The inside of that crawl space had nothing hanging from the ceiling that could have fallen in front of the camera lens. On reviewing the footage from the static camera, we discovered that this incident had occurred after Lewis had finished his solo session in Casemate 11.
What other spirits are here besides Mr. Howell?
Lewis continued his EVP session in Casemate 11, trying to communicate with the spirit of William Howe. During this session, Lewis received one very clear, direct response to his questioning.
Do you have any words that you would like to say to me? Do you have any words that you would like to say to me? Can you go 51.0?
Lewis attempted an experiment using his meter and temperature gauge. Although at points the temperature gauge seemed to respond to Lewis's requests, the frequency of these responses was not enough to stand as valid evidence. Lewis next began a spirit box session down in Casemate 11.
Thank you.
The spirit box is a device that scans through the AM and FM frequencies. It stays on no station longer than a quarter of a second. It is believed it is within this white noise that spirits can communicate.
Mr. Howell, are you here with me right now?
Could the distressed voice of the little girl saying "Daddy" possibly be one of William Howe's children?
Are you happy, Mr. Howe?
Throughout this spirit box session, it appears that Lewis is in the presence of more than one spirit.
Mr. Howell, are you aware that I'm standing in here right now? Any spirit here that want to communicate? If you want to communicate, this is the opportunity. Can you answer me a question? What do I have in my hands right now?
Is it possible that the mention of the word light could be a reference to the lights on Lewis's camera?
What do I have in my hands right now? What do I have in my right hand right now? What do I have in my head right now?
In an attempt to further understand what object moved in front of the camera in the passageway in casemate 11, we have taken this still photograph. If you will notice, to the left of the camera, there appears to be a wire hanging beside the wall. This wire looks like what moved in front of the camera lens. However, what moved it still remains unexplained. Lewis, Mary Jo, and myself entered the Citadel, the area where apparitions had been reported to have been seen, and also the home for the commander of the entire fort.
Hold the door for Lewis. Oh, Lewis is in.
The apparition was reported to have been seen to the left of the fireplace.
So I'm going to pan to the left.
While in the Citadel, our digital recorder captured this unexpected EVP. Could this EVP be referring to the infrared lights that we used while filming?
They also claim they heard steps.
Yes, like walking on a wooden floor, right?
Yes. The lady said that possibly there used to be like a floor in the attic.
Above us.
They also claim they heard steps.
Yes, like walking on a wooden floor, right?
Yes. The lady said that possibly there used to be like a floor in the attic.
Above us.
Any officers in here that would like to acknowledge us in here? You would like to speak with us? First of all, let me say thank you for fighting for our freedom. And, we do appreciate that, you know, for fighting for our freedom. And we do appreciate that, you know. We Americans are very grateful for what you have done. How do you feel about that? Right now, I just saw like a mist.
Well, I'm staying on you, and you're getting it on video.
Here right now, and it's going this way towards you.
I'm gonna move. It's moving,
It was moving because I was moving to catch it.
so it has to
To the
be
left.
something.
The image that Lewis was tracking on his thermal image camera was moving too quickly for him to be able to follow it with his video camera. Therefore, we do not have this evidence, and this remains just a personal experience.
And darker is cold. Kind of where the apparition was, yeah?
Yeah, the apparition was more behind
It
the
was more
fireplace.
like in here, in this area, in
Yeah.
the middle.
Yeah.
During the investigation, Lewis noticed a temperature variation from the right side of the fireplace to the left side of the fireplace.
It should be the same, all the same temperature.
It should have been like this side. Look at this
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
See yellow right here?
Yeah.
That's the same line as this one here.
And then it kind of does fade.
Yeah, it does phase. That's what gets me going.
Notice on this side of the
We did notice a temperature variation from one side of the fireplace to the other, but upon examination, we realized the temperature variation could very well have been caused by the presence of more plaster on one side and more brick on the other, possibly reflecting the heat back at different temperature ranges. All right, I'm Steve and this is Donna, and we're up in the officers' quarters in a small room where it was reported that a woman lost 2 children. One child to yellow fever and then another child to yellow fever, or a disease, and then she died of yellow fever.
Yes.
Okay, the myth has somehow developed that she killed herself, which she really didn't. Okay, and we're going to do a ghost box session. Actually, Donna and I are going to do this ghost box session. And see what we get. Lewis is operating the camera, so Lewis, if you want to chime in, you're welcome to it.
Is there a woman in this room with us?
Is there anyone in this room with us? Is there a spirit with us here now? How many people are in this room, including yourself? I believed I heard 4, okay? Which would be correct. Could you please tell me your name? My name is Steve. This is Donna. Can you please tell me your name? I heard it's told that you lost 2 children. 3 children. Did you lose 2 children?
What is your name?
Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Why are you still in this place?
Hang on.
To hang on. Lily, I don't mean any disrespect, but why wouldn't you want to move on? Rest.
Ghost box session, Mary Jo and Donna, case mate 5.
Is the judge in here in case mate 5 with us? I believe you responded before, but thank you for the responses. What crime did they say you were guilty of? Was it a political crime?
What state are you from?
Were there any Union soldiers who committed crimes kept in this place? Were most of you gentlemen from the South?
Where were you in prison? How many soldiers are here in this room right now with us? Please come forward and tell me your name.
Judge, I'm sorry. Can you please tell me your last name? I didn't get that. You wrote to the president. Who was the president? Fort Mifflin has withstood the turmoil of a revolution and the horrors of a civil war. It has been a silent witness to its own destruction and resurrection. It stands, despite the modern world, a symbol of the past and our country's ability to endure. Throughout the course of this investigation, the Visual Paranormal team managed to record many voices, these voices perhaps from the past. We can't say for sure where these voices are coming from, but perhaps they've answered that question for us already.
I'm walking in the grounds of Fort Mifflin right now.
Straight from the